Nice.
He's doing them, though, a lot more. He's more
He's the guy that used the supply.
Yeah. But God just gave you like a warning shot. He's like, you're like, all right.
Yeah.
You haven't sold as much.
Don't do construction. Just sell drugs.
Yeah. It's actually safer to sell drugs.
Yeah, it's safer to sell
Honestly,
drugs.
I think it kind of is.
Probably. Yeah.
Well, it depends. Unless you're joining a team, a professional drug selling team. Also known as a gang. I think those guys.
A team?
Yeah.
Join the Teamsters, dude.
Do they go like go team, like put their hands in. They're like
Put all their guns together.
Yeah. They're like sell like a champion today.
But no, that was more of a suburban type drug dealer, guys. That's
Sure.
Kind of chills.
Yeah. You were just selling like weed and shit.
Yeah, weed, pills, all that stuff.
Were
And I
you
stopped the pills.
were you a lonely guy? Where you like make people do the drugs with you when they'd come over
No,
to
I
buy
didn't.
them from
I
you?
was the opposite because
Okay,
I sold.
that's great.
I sold coke briefly.
Oh, nice.
So I never did it. I never tried it. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Didn't have any appeal to me. So dudes would like chop it up next to me, like, "Here you go, brother," and I'd be like, "I'm cool, man." And they'd be like, "You don't want any?" And I'm like, "Dude, I fucking love this stuff so much. I'll do all of it." I won't be able to stop myself.
You're like, I can't keep my mitts off.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to do all of your cocaine.
I'd rather have it for you.
Yeah.
You know what they say? Don't get high on your own supply, though.
Yeah.
So I can't touch this stuff.
I didn't. Well, I knew it was like a lot of it's cut with like baby laxative and shit.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Just a bunch of guys shitting
Yeah,
themselves.
dude. I knew a guy one time who was like, came back the next day. He was like, "Yo, me and my wife both threw up. Can I get some more of that?" And I was like,
Okay.
"He's like, we shot it. We puked." And I was like, "Ew."
He's like, dude, my wife's dead. Can I get some more of that stuff?
That's how heroin works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heroin. People OD from heroin. People flood wherever that came from. They go try to find where it was.
Oh, because it was good shit?
Yeah, they're like, I can handle it. He probably did it. Or I can handle it.
Dude, hell yeah. I thought
Yeah.
it was like big wave surfers or something.
Yeah, they are. And they'll when they say hot shots, dudes will put hot shots in intentionally because they'll get like, we'll get an OD on our block and then we'll get.
What's a hot shot?
It's when you put in like a poisonous amount of
Yeah.
fentanyl or something. So someone will
Oh,
shoot it.
hell yeah.
You get one poisonous bag, so someone will get it,
Jesus.
shoot it, die.
It's like
And-
Willy Wonka.
Yeah, it's a golden ticket. And then your whole... And I never obviously did anything like this. But
Right,
like,
sure.
those were like scary dudes I would encounter and be like, "Ah." But yeah, no, it's terrifying.
But you were selling it when like fentanyl wasn't really that big of a deal, right? In it, like
Yeah, back
now
in
it's like
good
I
old
feel like it
days.
would be like
Good old
terrifying.
days.
Good old
Good
days. Yeah, yeah.
Percocets. Now like Xanax have fentanyl. Like they press fentanyl into like regular pills.
Yeah.
So you don't know what's what. That's why I tell people like, don't do any drugs.
Yeah, because I
You
used to
can't do
buy.
it now, yeah.
I used to buy Xanax back in the day from a guy, but I wouldn't even do that now. You know,
Xannies are bad too. They're bad news.
I kind of loved them, honestly.
That's the problem.
Yeah. I've
never done
People
one.
really like them.
Yeah.
Those I bought like maybe 10 of them, which for me is like a lot of
Were they like
drugs.
the blue ones or the bars?
They were the press bar guys, so you could like break a piece off.
big boys, dude.
Yeah. And I was like, I'll just do it for flying. And then like I did it for flying.
I'll just do it. I can't sleep from coke now.
You just start booking flights all week.
Yeah, I'm like up in the air. Yeah.
Real jet setter. Yeah.
Like you don't have any luggage. I'm like, I'm good. I'm taking it back.
What if these work for the bus as well?
Yeah, I have a lot of bus anxiety.
I have a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
The-
But no, I flew and I was like, this feels great. And then I did one not on a plane. And I was like, oh, this is like, I don't want to exist not like this anymore.
yeah.
So I had to like stop it after
Did
that.
you ever drink on them?
No, I did do, I got really sick one time and they gave me the strongest codeine ever. They
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
Syrup or were they the pills?
It was the syrup. And I literally remember like the doctor being like, usually we don't. He's like, do you want the strongest one? I'm like, yeah, of course I want the fucking, I want the pussy codeine.
Was it purple or yellow?
It was purple.
Okay.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
saved a little bit for when I was healthy, like a month later, and then I mixed it with like the Sprite and the Jolly Ranchers and
Nice.
everything.
That shit does rule.
I drank it, and I'm like not a big rap guy. I just listened to like the Purple Rain mixtape by Future, and I was just in a chair, and I was like, this fucking rules, dude.
That shit does rule.
Yeah, I was like, I fucking love rap, dude.
You're just speaking in Ave.
I'm like, I've been doing lean.
Like the next that you like wake up, you're wearing a dashiki. You're walking around.
Yeah, I'm dressed like Patrice all of a sudden.
You got the big purple suit.
Yeah, I got the hat.
Lean's expensive.
Is it?
Yeah, dude. They sell by the
Yeah,
ounce.
it's
It's like $30
expensive,
per ounce. It's
Jesus.
a little thing of it.
Yeah. No, they gave me like a whole like it looked like a hydrogen peroxide.
Probably had
bottle.
an 8, bro.
Yeah.
You probably had half a liter.
I I figured out why there needs to be a second cup.
Why is
It
that?
leaks through the cup.
Oh, why? It eats through the styrofoam?
I Google imaged it the other day because I was posting a picture on Twitter and I typed in cup lean with 2 cups. And I saw people would hold up one cup and it's beating. It looks like, remember those commercials with Michael Jordan drinking Gatorade?
Mm-hmm.
And he's colored purple with the dots
Right.
around
Really?
him because he's sweating? Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like that.
Why don't they get like a traveler's mug or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a Yeti.
Get a Yeti. Put it in a Buc-ee's
For your
mug.
scissor.
I would love
It
the
really
guy.
comes through. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
I would love
Yeah.
to get the the beer helmet, two like coating things on either side. That'd be pretty sweet.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
If you do that shit too much, though, you start having seizures, right?
Yeah.
You like
Yeah.
rap really well and you have seizures.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, it lowers your your threshold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You turned to Lil Wayne.
Lil
basically.
Wayne's had like 1 million seizures, and I'm always like, "Holy shit! Doesn't that mean you die?" And then everyone's like, "No, he's like out of it
It's
now."
electrical
Like,
storm. Yeah, dude, I've been looking into seizures heavily. Apparently, I started having what were suspected to be temporal lobe epilepsy.
Really?
So I would get a weird smell, then feel panic for 2 seconds and it'll go away. And I looked into it. I went to a doctor.
What do you mean a weird
Yeah.
smell?
It's like a chemical. It's an olfactory hallucination, basically. So it's like it doesn't exist unless I'm smelling my own like neurotransmitters and stuff like that. But I don't think I can. So
You haven't achieved
the doctor
that
shot
level
it
yet.
down. The doctor shot that down. It's like that's kind of what neurotransmitters probably would smell like. Who am I to say?
You're like, Doc, I've been reading a lot of Eastern philosophy.
The third nose, dude.
Right.
But yeah, no, so I went to they checked my brain out, it's fine, and then they like checked my electrical activity. Also, I mean, probably it was like really good, but they just tried to put me on like bipolar medicine. I'm like, no, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But so I looked into it, and apparently Zyrtec and other allergy medicine can lower your seizure threshold because anyone can have a seizure. If any of us got a 105 fever, any of us can convulse. An epileptic has a lower seizure threshold than the average person, and it's an electrical storm in your brain. So a grand mal is all the electricity in your brain just goes nuts, and your body just like ah. But when you have a non-local or focal seizure, you just have an electrical aberration in like one key part of your brain that touches like my olfactory part and goes
Right.
smell, and all of a sudden you're like, the fuck is that smell?
Right. But it could be any part of your brain.
Yes. So
Yeah.
you can go into like rage. You can take your fucking clothes off.
Right. You could go Benoit.
You can go Benoit. Yeah, you can go. There might be the Benoit part of your brain. We all have it.
There's a part of every man's brain that wants to murder his family.
Yeah, it's kind of it's fascinating. I'm kind of pumped, but I think it came from taking Zyrtec. I never took it before, and it only ever happened after I started taking Zyrtec. But it started to occur when I'd be really stoned. It would happen.
Right.
So I can just if I don't smoke weed, it doesn't happen. So easy.
And usually, I thought it was like usually the opposite. People think that like weed, if you have seizures, it can cure it.
Well, it does for like 80% of people. It actually increases the seizure threshold, but there's 10% of people who it decreases it happen to be one of the 10%.
Okay. So you wouldn't like feel like, cause like sometimes I'll just get like an electrical volt like in my legs. Sometimes like a
kind of
weird
brain zap kind of
Yeah,
thing?
like I've always been like, is that like the start of something? And then it goes away.
Dude,
But,
our
like,
bodies run on it's just like electric, and we're around all this crazy electricity. So yeah, you're gonna have some weird ticks. And
It's
shit.
5G.
Yeah.
It's fine.
People didn't do that.
It's the vaccine.
The vaccine.
Hundreds
Yeah,
of years
all
ago,
those
people
things.
weren't doing
We
that.
all have the shaky leg thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I used to get brain zaps all the time. Where I'd be sitting there and just be like, "Bzzz." What the fuck is that?
I used to get ice pick headaches. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's literally like it's kind of similar to yours. It lasts like 20 seconds. It literally feels like somebody just took an ice pick and just
Oh fuck!
jammed it into your head, and you go, "Ugh," and you like feel it behind your eye,
Oh,
and then it goes away, and you're like, well, I don't have health insurance, so that's like,
that's what I did forever.
Yeah.
I'd have all kinds of fun brain stuff like.
Right.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
well, that's too expensive to look into.
yeah.
Like,
When you don't have health insurance, you can't get sick.
You can't look into anything.
yeah.
I feel weird shit every day, and I'm just like, I don't know. I just like kind of crack my back and keep it moving.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was doing forever. Then they started happening more, and I was like, all right, let me get this checked out. And they're like, it's so funny because they check my brain. They're like, yeah, your brain's good. You have this one little spot. We're not worried about that. And I was like, is everyone?
Well, wait.
Like some people.
Elaborate on the spot.
They're like, everyone's got something, and I was like, okay. And they're like, and I was like, all right, like if you had a lot of spots, we'd be concerned. It's just like, have you ever got a concussion? I'm like, yeah, I've got a ton of them. And they're like, yeah, no,
This is that. They're like, it's a gay spot. It's fine.
yeah, fucking care.
You're kind of gay, but
like,
It's
no,
fine.
literally, that's what they do. They go, I mean,
Yeah.
yes, we'll keep an eye on it.
Fine.
I'm like, okay,
like
that's
you don't
cool.
want to know.
Yeah,
Sometimes
like-
you feel like the doctor knows when you're gonna die. Like he's like, oh, 82. Well, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna tell him. Should I tell him?
Yeah, he seems happy. Yeah.
And they were like, dude, no, they're like, for real, that's not a problem. Everyone's got something. Nothing's perfect, blah, blah, blah. Same with my heart. The doctor's like, you have kind of a weird heart rhythm, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, man. Okay.
Jesus.
It's like the body positivity movement.
Yeah,
Like, it's
kind of-
fine.
Yeah,
Lord.
it's all my electrical activity is fucking wonky, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I
You're
can
probably
never-
just too like charged.
I might be too charged.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're not trying to hear it. But yeah, dude, so yeah, then so that guy's like structurally your brain's fine. So like go get the EEG to check the electrical components, the next possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they fucking strobe lights in your eye. It's pretty sick, dude. They close your eyes and then the lady goes out from the room. She's like, open your eyes. It's like like crazy.
It's like a rave.
It is.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
It's pretty sick. And the whole time I'm trying to mind freak her to be like, dude, she's about to see some crazy shit.
Right. Like you showed her a picture of the Buddha in your brain.
Trying to make her see stuff. But yeah, no, it was nothing. They were like, yeah, you're fucking good. And I told her, I'm like, yo, as long as I don't smoke weed, this doesn't happen. They were like, you should go on bipolar medicine. I was like, no,
Yeah.
not happening. It's anticonvulsant
No
also
way.
for
Sure.
bipolar. And I was like, what's the side effects? And she was like, well, nothing really. And I'm like, no side effects
Sure.
at all. And she was like, there's a rash 10% of people
Okay,
get
bro.
that like in a small percent of those could be fatal if it's not treated. So
Wow.
Right.
I'm good.
Well, why is it bipolar medicine? Like, you're not showing any symptoms of like you're not like happy one minute and then like flipping
but
the
it's-
fuck out. Like,
Yeah, I am.
well,
but it's
yeah, but like everybody.
everybody is. But it's like anticonvulsant. That's all they use
Give it-
off label. They off label a lot of that stuff.
Okay.
So like it also works. It's like it must just completely. They said it like blocks the uptake of sodium in the brain, which it probably has like a mind deadening effect.
Uh-huh.
So if you were bipolar, it'd probably be like, thank you. This is a welcoming.
Right.
You know, it's a welcoming reprieve. But I'm like, yo, I kind of need to ride those manic highs for a living. So
Yeah, yeah.
How about you don't fuck me up professionally forever?
They're trying
Yeah.
to turn you into a soy face person.
kind of,
Yeah.
dude. And I'm like, yo, no, thank you.
You're like, I'm a creative, dude.
And I
Like,
told her, I was like, dude, if I don't smoke weed, it doesn't happen. She
Mhm.
was like, you should still probably go on this medication. I was like, no.
right. I do love that they're like, we want you to smoke weed though.
I
Like,
know. They're like, well, you don't want to have to not like do that. I'm like, I'd probably be fine. I'm 37. I've abused weed since I'm 14. It's
Yeah.
time I stopped. My brain's literally being like, yo, dude, stop smoking weed.
They're
Yeah.
like, we're sending you to Shutter Island.
Do you feel like you should have just powered through that? Like maybe you were receiving a something from the heavens, like it's some
It could be like
invisible
a Philip-
lightning, a
could
Philip
be-
K. Dick
Yeah.
sort of pink beam moment. Like it could have, maybe you could have smoked through that and then wrote 400 novels. Like you could have wrote Blade Runner.
Well, funny you say that. So they say people with temporal lobe epilepsy, which again, I have an electrical imbalance that can get aggravated from different stressors, be it weed, caffeine, or like extreme stress.
Okay.
That isn't my temporal. So technically, I exhibit temporal lobe epilepsy, but my seizure threshold is pretty high. Because I talk to other people who have it, and like, depending on where it hits you, there's dudes that will just like I'll be doing the podcast if I had like their version of it and just go it's silent for like 5 minutes, and I don't even know I'm doing it, and all of a sudden I'll be like, yeah, anyway, and it's like you just go blank. So there's like different versions of it, different things that can happen. But it's like, again, mine's super. It's like, the whole idea is like avoiding those episodes, and I'm like, if I just don't smoke weed, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like it's easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
But the guys, apparently, it's people with temporal lobe epilepsy. It's linked to what the fuck's the word, like hypographia? It's extreme like compulsive writing. Dostoevsky had it. They said Vincent Van Gogh had
Oh,
it.
wow.
Painting.
Ah.
And hyper religiosity.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So they're just like, we are diagnosing you with being a legend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Your chart here says you're prolific.
Says your seizure threshold is bussin'.
But Van Gogh had it, so I started reading about him a lot because I don't like him.
You hate Van Gogh?
Dude, you read about his life. I didn't know he had, fucking gift and the curse, but he was a nightmare, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, he like, he was doing his thing. I think his dad was a minister. He was into that. He's like, I kind of want to paint. He started painting, and then like people don't like. I think my mic just goes. I'm like, I'm having a fucking seizure. Fuck, my shit cut out.
Actually broke the machine.
Damn. Holy shit, dude.
It's back on, dude. I'm telling you, I fuck electrical stuff.
What a
all the time.
zap.
Dude, I was like, no, it's happening now.
You powers.
You like the lawnmower, man, dude.
I'm telling you. When I go to banks and shit for the first time, they're always like, oh, our computer's having problems. And I always joke, like, yeah, I think I fucked up electricity.
You're like the kid in Logan.
I'm telling you, man. I fuck electricity up.
I think my Mac died for a second. I got to get it fixed. It
That's
keeps
all right.
dying.
It's all right.
It came back on.
For sure.
We'll see.
There's a rational explanation.
It's got
for everything.
temporal lobe.
But no, Van Gogh was like, he had these violent mood swings, and people didn't know what was going on, but they say he was having like temporal lobe seizures, and like, so he was doing the art thing. It's like, that's not really going well. He goes to France and he starts painting, and they're all drinking absinthe. Absinthe is, I think the word's like epilogenetic or something. Like it makes people have seizures. They were giving it to dogs to induce seizures in dogs so they can study it. So he's just pounding this shit with French people.
Hell yeah.
And he lost his fucking, he went nuts because
That
he
rocks.
kept having these seizures where
Yeah.
his version of it where he would get so fucking mad and freak out and like attack people. They'd be like, dude, fuck you, get out of here. So I mean, people were like, that guy sucks. No one knew what was going on. He's like, fuck that. And he like wanted to drink and that just makes it even worse.
Yeah.
So he goes, then he invites his boy he knows. He's like, yo, please come live with me.
Gauguin, right? Paul Gauguin or whatever.
It was, yeah, that was his name.
yeah.
He's like, please come fucking live with me. It'd be a dream. We could paint together. We do all this stuff. And apparently they say it affects libido in certain people too. So they go hyposexual.
Okay.
So they just don't want to fuck. They don't want to fuck at all. But then they're saying some people would just be like, well, maybe I'll like fuck dudes. Or, it fucks with dudes' sexuality.
Yeah.
So he's like living with this guy. And the dude was just like, yeah, I'm just like going out and getting whores and stuff. Like these rules.
Yeah.
They'd go out to drink together and he'd be like, he would have these fits and he'd start throwing shit at him. Like, you got to stop fucking these whores. But everyone thinks like he was gay for Gauguin, whatever.
Sure,
yeah,
David
yeah.
Goggins, I think. His
Yeah.
name was.
Yeah, David Goggins. He's like,
You gotta wake up and paint, motherfucker.
you wake up at 4 a.m. You go insane.